Hello guys, welcome to Tariq's class. Okay, we're about to start.
Hello guys, my online
All right, so we're about to start in 2 minutes, the class. We're gonna start in 1 minute. I hope you guys can hear me properly, right? All right, so let's start the class. Hello guys, welcome to Tariq's class. So at first we're gonna be working on the math today, first math section. Give me a second. All right, thank you very much. Sorry about that. All right. All right, let's start. So first of all, question number 58. It talks about Tariq drives 10 and 9/20 kilometers to go to his tutoring appointment. What is the number expressed in decimal? Okay, so of course you guys know how to make it into decimal, but what we can do is, you see 10 and 9/20, so you're just gonna focus on 9/20. So I'm gonna multiply top and bottom of this fraction by 5. We get 10 and 45/100. The point of doing it is 45/100 means 0.45, so it's 10.45. Okay? So any question about that? All right, so you can type it on the chat. I can see the chat. Okay, so no question. So let's move on to the next question. So for what value of a, the expression a plus 3 over a minus 9 is undefined. Now undefined means when you have a fraction, the denominator is 0. It is not allowed. That means undefined. So what value of A makes it undefined? Who can tell me what will be the answer? You can put the answer on the chat. I'm watching it. Okay. It's going to be A equal to 9. Okay, A is 9. So if you put A is 9, 9 minus 9 will be 0. So A equal to 9 is the answer. That's what makes it undefined. Very good. So it's what? Funu Tenzin Legden? Okay, yeah, it's 9. That's correct. Okay. You have a nice name, by the way. All right. Aisha Begum. Hi. Hi to you too. All right, number 60. Jacob wants to sell some pencils, pens, and books in store. If 4 pencils costs as much as 2 pens. So if you see the pencil to pen, for pen I'm going to put the ratio, the 2 dot means ratio, is 4 to 2. Okay? Now it says 5 pens cost as much as 1 book. Okay, now pen to book, the ratio is 5 to 1. Now the ratio, as you can see, the ratio of pen was 2 here, but the ratio of pen is 5 here. So what can we do? Who can tell me? I'm looking into the chat, guys. You can of course talk to me in the chat. Okay. So you can see the question. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Let me fix it. Now, how about now? It's good. Okay. All right. So you say times 2 by 5. Okay, that's good. Jeannie got it right. So we can make them multiply both ratios by this one by 5 and this one by 2. So the point of doing it is, so 5 times 4 will be 20 and 5 times 2 is 10. And here 5 times 2 is 10 and 2 times 1 is 2. Now you see 10 and 10. Now the pencil match. So now I can write down the ratio of pen to pencil, pencil to pen to book is actually 20 to 10 to 2. Right? Now what is the question asking? How many pencil cost as much as 1 book? Now what we can do? Someone tell me on the chat. We want to find out how many pencils cost as much as only 1 book. Here we have 2 books. What do we do? Anyone? Divide by? Divide by 2. So what we can do, dividing by 2 makes it 10 to 5 to 2. I think the chat, I made it a little delayed. That's why you have little issues doing it. Let me see if I can make the chat go a little faster. Okay, give me a second. How do you do that? Okay, fine, let's just go back. All right, question number 61. Okay, so let's do that. It says Tariq drives to his friend's house to borrow some books. He drives at an average of 60 miles per hour. Now, for the first half hours and the 40 miles an hour for the next 1.5 hours, what is the average speed of his entire trip to his friend's house in the miles per hour? Okay, I'll give you like 20-30 seconds to work it out and put the answers on the chat. Try to do the question, see if you can handle it. Try this question at the same time. Let me see if I can fix the chat. Settings. Any answers for 61? Anyone? All right, well, somebody said 10's in, 50 miles per hour. Let's see. So Tariq drives to his friend's house to borrow. Then he drives an average of 60 miles per hour for half an hour. So 60 miles per hour for half an hour. So the way the entire trip you can find is like the total distance divided by total time. Okay, now total distance was 60 miles per hour for first half hour. So half an hour will be 30 miles, right? If 60 miles per hour. And 40 miles an hour for the next 1.5 hours. So that's how long? Like 40 miles per hour. So 20 miles half an hour. So 1.5 will be 60 miles. If you do like 40 times 1.5, that you can do as well. So over the total time, it was 1.5 plus the half an hour. Remember, for 60 miles per hour for half an hour. So 1.5, so 1.5 plus 0.5. So that's 90 over 2. So that's 45 miles per hour actually. I hope I did the math right, but that's how it is. So you can go next, number 62. Ted wants to set a 4-digit passcode on his laptop. Okay. Now, if the passcode cannot start with 0, how many different combinations of passcodes can he make? All right. Now, what happens, like Ted wants to make 4-digit passcode. How many digits are there in the world, guys? There are 10, right? 0 to 9. Anything you can use. I think there's like a small restriction on the chat. You guys need to like wait to type it. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix it, but I am just gonna go for it now. So 0 to 9, total 10 digits, right? So for the first one, we'll have 10 options, right? If the restriction wasn't there, they said you cannot start with the 0. I would have 10 options for the first digit, and 10 options for the second, 10 for the third, and 10 for the last. Okay, so that would be the answer if I multiply. But they said if the passcode cannot start with 0, so the first one, I don't have 10 options. How many options do I have? Someone? How many options for the digits do I have? 9. Good. So 9 options. So that's 9,000. So 9 options for the first one, 10 for the second, 10 because you can repeat them. They didn't say you cannot repeat the digits. So total 9,000 different ways you can make something like that. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, 63. Here it is. Okay, try 63. It says, what is M in terms of K? Okay, so this is the equation. 6K plus 7M is equal to 14. Now, what is m? So mainly the point is you solve for m. Okay, so I'm going to just do it with you on this one. So first of all, m you want to solve for, so we are going to isolate the m. So we're going to minus 6k both sides. So we have 7m equal to 14 minus 6k. Okay. Now how do I solve for m? Someone on the chat? Divide by 7. Very good. Divide each and every number by 7. So you get m is equal to 14 divided by 7 is 2 minus 6 over 7k. So that's C. Okay, very good. Genie, he's smart. Nice name. Okay. Now 64, try that. Good job, Tanzin. Also Sejuti. Very good. Excellent. All right, now number 64, try it. A jar contains 5 red marbles. So 5 red, 6 blue, and 7 white. If Daniel selects 2 marbles at random, so remember, Daniel is selecting 2 marbles without replacement. So he selects 1 marble, he doesn't replace it back, he just throws it away, and then picks another one. So 2 events. So every event is a fraction. Like for example, what is the probability that the first marble is blue? So now, if I were to pick a marble, how many marbles are there, guys? 5 plus 7, 6, 11 plus 7, 18. So what is the probability of picking a blue? Because the first marble has to be blue. So 6 over, you guys keep answering it on the chat if you want, 6 over 18. Now this guy did not replace back the first blue marble, right? So and the second marble has to be white. Now what is the probability of getting a white? That's going to be 7 out of what? Tell me, somebody on the chat. This is the second pick. The first pick is 6 out of 18 for blue. The second one has to be white. What is the probability of getting white? 7 out of what? 17. Very good, Ginny. So 17, because the last marble he picked, he didn't put it back. Now guys, remember that 6 over 18 is the probability fraction. He didn't pick all 6 blue. He picked only 1 blue. The probability, the fraction was 6 out of 18. But then he didn't put back that blue. So total became 17 now. Now multiply. Very good, Ida. Welcome. So here 6 and over 18 you can simplify, by the way, guys, you know. So that's 1 over 3. So if you have 7 times 1 is 7 over 3 times 17 is what? 51. So 7 over 51 G. Very good. A lot of you guys got it right. So now let's try the 65. Okay, this one is a little tricky, but easy, no worries. Try 65. Tell me the answer, guys. Okay, tell me the answers. Okay, let me try 65. So Alexandra is 3 times as old as Jackson. So Alexandra is 3 times the Jackson. So Jackson is, let's say, X, and Alexandra is 3 times x. And Alexandra is 5 times as old as Grace. Now Grace, now what percent of Jackson's age is Grace's age? Okay, Alexandra is 3 times as old as Jackson and 5 times as old as Grace. Okay, so I can say the Grace is 5 times less. Let's say 3x over the 3/5 x. That's what Grace is, okay? Now, they said what percent of Jackson's age? Remember, so we're making a fraction because before you make it a percent, make a fraction first. Remember, fraction is over off. So is over off, okay? Now what comes the off? Jackson's age. So Jackson goes in the denominator, which is x. What percent of Jackson's age is Grace? Grace is 3/5 of x. Now x and x cancels out, so it's just 3/5. And then you multiply by 100 to make it percent. So that's 60%. Yeah, that's correct. Tenzin Sejuti, good job. Now, let's go to the next section, next part. Okay, number 66. Now, slowly, it's going to get a little bit more intense. Okay. Here. Try this one, 66. Good job, Tenzin. Very good. So I'm just going to read it together. There are 2 boxes labeled, 2 boxes labeled X and Y. Now box X contains 5 black crayons and 6 blue crayons, and box Y contains 8 red crayons and 3 orange crayons. David picks a crayon randomly from box X and places it in box Y. What is the probability that the crayon he picks from box Y, then he's going to pick another from box Y, and he wants it to be blue? Do we have any blue crayons in box Y? Somebody answer. Any blue crayons in box Y? No. So the point is, remember the first one he picked from box X, that means that was blue, right? So the probability that he picked a blue first is 6 out of, right? 6 out of, I'm going to write it on this side. So 6 out of 11. Now, the second one is he picked a blue here. So now we have a blue here, because remember he put it in here. Now probability of picking a blue from box Y is 1 out of 8 plus 4, 12. Now we just multiply. But before multiplying, I can simplify 6 and 12. That's 1 and 2. So it's 1 over 22 if you multiply. Any question about 66? You guys understand? Okay. Good. Very good. Okay, now we do number 67. Good job. 7 is easy. What is 1/8 of 210? As you can see, all the base is the game. One thing let me tell you. If you have let's say 2 power 5, this is just my own example, over 2 power 3, the answer is 2 power 2. When you have the same base, we just subtract the power. See, they both have base, means the bottom number 2 and 2. So we do 5 minus 3. Okay, so that's the rules. Now let's go back. So 2 power 10, we divide, what is 1/8 means you divide by 8. Now 8 can be written as 2 power what, guys? Tell me. Three. Very good. 2 power 3 is 8. So I'm going to replace 8 into 2 power 3. Now when you subtract, remember when you have the same base and you subtract the power, the answer will be what? 2 power 7. Correct. Any question about it? Very good. Okay, very good. Now let's go 68. This one is pretty simple. Let's see. Try 68. Okay, for orb 1x, you asked me how do you find 1/8 of a number? You just divide by 8. If you want to find 1/4 of a number, you divide by 4. Put some answer in the chat or tell me what to do. This one, the cat and XYZ drawn below are similar triangles with AC equal to 4 and YX equal to 6. YZ is 10. What is the measure of the line segment AT? Right? So I can call it X. Can I make a proportion? For example, when it was 4 over x, this is 6 over 10. Done. Now cross multiply. So 6x equal to 40. Divide both sides by 6. So 6 goes into 40. How many times? So 6 times. 6 and 4/6. 4/6 means 2/3. So F. Yes, the length or 1x. Yeah, does the x, yx, yeah. Yx means the length from y to x. They're not multiplying. They're not multiplying. Okay? So if they put like x times, like a dot thing in the middle, that's one is multiplication. But if they just say xy, means the length from x to y. So this is the work. Any question about it? Okay, looks good. Very good. All right, continue to the next part. All right, question 69. Let's try that. Okay, this one is a very important one. These are the types come on the test most of the time. You have to have good idea about the ratios, proportions, and stuff like that. So try question 69, put the answer. Whoever can get it right means you have a good strong base. If not, you learn it today. Try. Welcome, Yugi. Well, or buying prep, maybe we can talk about it later. I do classes on 82nd Street, Roosevelt Avenue. I have my website. It's tariqsclass.com. I'm just going to write it for you. tariqsclass.com. And I'm in 40-24 82nd Street, Elmhurst. It's in Jackson Heights, the border. All right, I'll just give you my cell phone number too, 646-600-2471. It's my personal number. If you need anything, you can always text. All right, question 69, yeah. Any answers? You can see it on the, 69, not 72. Any answers for question 69? You can ask any questions you have for 69. If you want your friends to join the class, you can share the link. They can, of course, join the class. We're going to do a little more. Okay, so no answers? This one is a bit hard, so let me try. Look, there are 200 employees. So total employees, 200. Okay? Now, I'll scroll it down a little bit more. So, 200 employees, and the ratio of male to female is 1 to 3. All right, let's work with these first. Okay, Yogi got a 300, could be, let me check it out. So 200 is the total employees, male and female is 1 to 3, but 1 plus 3 when I add, it does not become 200. So I have to see what do I multiply by to get a 200. I can multiply this by 10, 10. So there's 10 to 30. 30 and 10 does not add up to 200 either. So the shorter way would be, we add the ratio, 3 plus 1 is 4. I'm going to divide the 200 by 4. I get 50. So this is the number. It's called the scale factor, and we're going to multiply by 50. Okay? So times it by 50 here, times it by 50 here. So 50 to 150. Okay? Very good. Genius Shiv. Yeah. You guys have cool names, I see. All right. Okay, so 50 to 150. Genie, right? So 50 to 150, that's the male, female. Now, let's go to the next part of the line. The ratio of the male to female customers, okay, they're customers, is 1 to 5. So male to female is 1 to 5. It's the customers. Now, when employee and customers are combined, when you put together, the ratio of male to female will be 1 to 4. Let's do the combining first. So how many male employees we have? 50. And how many male customers we have? We don't know actually. I'm going to call it, put an X next to it. So 1X. Because just 1, the ratio is not real. That's reduced. So the real number of employees I have, the male, is 50. And real number of customers I have, male, 1X. So total male is what? 50 plus 1x. I'm gonna erase this part. So total male is 50 plus 1x. And total female is 150 employees and 5x customers. That's the ratio. And they said this should be equal to 1 to 4 if you combine 1 to 4. Okay, so I just have to set it up, the ratio. Okay, so I think you don't see the other side. Let me move it a little. Okay, now I'm gonna do it on this part here. Okay, so 50 plus 1x to 150 plus 5x. The ratio means it's a fraction. I can write it like this: 50 plus 1x over 150 plus 5x equal to 1 to 4. That's 1 over 4. Now my equation is ready. We can cross multiply. Do you know how to solve these? Okay, if you don't, let me just do it for you. So I'm just gonna cross multiply here. I need some more space to balance. Yeah. So here, 4 times 50 is 200. I'm gonna do it here, okay? And plus 4 times 1x is 4x, okay? Equal to, I'm gonna do cross multiply here. 150 plus 5x times 1, which is same thing, 5x. Okay, now do you know how to solve these? If not, let me explain. I can do minus 4x both sides. Remember, we don't want to have two numbers with x, so we're just going to minus one of them, let's say here. So I have, yeah, a little bit, I have to scroll it down a little, I guess. All right. I get 200, right? I'm going to do it here. So 200 is equal to 150 plus x. So minus 150 both sides. So x is 50. Now what is the question asking? How many customers visit the coffee shop? So total 5x and 1x. Remember, these are the customers. So 5x plus 1x is 6x. And we know x means 50, so 6 times 50 is 300. You're right, somebody said 300 before. Yugi. Good job, Yugi, you did it. Congratulations, you have a very strong base. If you have any question about it, now is the time to ask. I will, any part of it, like, I'll say this is the step 1, where we did find out exact number of male and female employees. And here we did find the customers. Here we just combined them. And then this equation, we just solved it for the rest of the part. So 3-4 steps. Good job, guys. Okay, if you have any question, you ask. Yeah, very good. These questions, after I finish the video, it should stay on my channel. So you can rewind and check it again, of course. Study them more. I'll leave some more questions for you guys to practice too. All right, let's go for the next part. Okay, I have a question from Tanzin. Where did you get the 6 from? Okay, good question. Look at the last part of the line. They said, how many customers visit the coffee shop? So we are interested in how many customers. Remember the customers here, male, female? Remember we thought of them as like 1x male, 5x female. So what is 1x plus 5x add up to? Like that? Yeah, so 5x plus 1x is 6x. That's where I got the 6 from. Yeah, I said like adding the customer 5x plus 1x is how much? That's 6x. That's where we got the 6 from. That's why I did. But remember, we know what x means. So we multiply by 50. You guys get it? Let's go to the next one. Well, this one is fun. Before that, let me ask, anybody's birthday today? Yeah? Genius Shiv, is your birthday? Happy birthday. So I'm going to build you a cake. So we're going to use the cake method. You see 1728, right? I'm going to put it in a box to build up the cake, okay? Here, 1728. And they said it's 2, this dot means times. 2 times 2 power something means a bunch of 2's, times it by a bunch of 3's, will make this. But this is, I call it cake method, it's just prime factorization. Good. Let's build up the cake for your brother, Sejuti. So we're gonna start dividing by 2, okay? So we divide by 2, we get, if I make a mistake with the cake, let me know. So I'm supposed to get 8, 8, yeah. 8 times 2 is 16, and then 6 and 4, okay? Divide by 2 again, 4, 3, 2. Can I divide by 2 again? Yeah, 854? Yogi, sure? 2 goes into 16, 8 times, so that's 12, 6 times 2 is the 12. I think 864 is correct. Okay, so let's divide by 2 again. So we get 2, and 2 goes into 3 one time, that's 12 is 6. Can I divide by 2 again? Yeah, the cake is getting big. So, yeah, 1, 0, 8. I can divide by 2 again. I'm going to write it on this side. So we'll get I'm going to just keep it growing upward. Let me bring it down. Okay, so I get 54. Divide by 2 again. 2, 27. Can I divide by 2 anymore? No. So I'm going to pick the next prime number. The 2 is the smallest prime number. So I'm going to divide by 3. So 3 goes into 27 3 times. And then 3 again. I'm sorry, 3 goes into 27 9 times. What am I saying? Happens sometimes, guys. Now, 3 goes into 27 9 times. And then again, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Let's divide by 3 again. And this is 1. So this is my candle here for the birthday gift. So now I'm going to cut the cake. Happy birthday, because we don't really need that. We need these numbers. So how many 2's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's. So I can say it's 2 power 6. How many 3's do we have? 3. So we can write 3 power 3. Now the main final question was asking what is C plus K. Remember, C and K are the 2 powers. Who can tell me the answer? What is C plus K? The power of 2 is 6, the power of 3 is 3. So what's the answer? Nine. Exactly, correct. You add the 2 powers, 6 plus 3, 9. Any question, guys? Good job. For number 71. You guys can do this one. Tell me the answer. Do it. It's just plugging in, but be careful with the negatives. You give me the answers, I'm just gonna keep doing it on the side. I'll give you one hint. Whenever you plug in, always use parentheses. M is -3. So there is a parenthesis here, but I mean an extra parenthesis for M. Plus, A is -2, an extra parenthesis. And then close the other parenthesis. Remember, there are two types of parentheses. One is this one, the big one, and one internal, inside one, right? Then I have a minus. Do the same thing on the other. I'm going to start with the bigger parentheses and the smaller ones. For T, I'm going to use 3 minus. For H, we're going to use -1. And I'm going to close the big parentheses. Now, this will be easier to see what's going on. So -3 plus -2, that's -5. Oh, there's a power 2. Yeah. The power, we'll do it later at the end. Remember PEMDAS? First, you need to add and then square, right? So first you do what is inside parentheses, PEMDAS. Thank you, Aisha, for reminding me about this square. Okay, so -3, see the two negatives will add up to be a plus. So 3 plus 1 is a 4. And you square it. Now you square. -5 squared is 25 minus 4 squared is just 16. Remember, two negatives will be positive when you square a negative. So 25 minus 16 is how much? 9. Okay, so before I end the class, I'm just going to ask you one question. Let's see if you can handle it. What is -5 squared? And what is -5 squared? What is the answer to the first one? -5 squared and parentheses -5 squared. So what are the differences? Tell me the answers. Okay, golden boy. Yeah, I know, Ginny. That's why the slow mode, I wanted to edit in and fix it, but now it's not allowing me. And the next one, I will keep it on the same time. Yeah, for next time. Yeah. Thank you, Ginny. Golden boy, huh? Blooming. $25, genius. Okay, so let's get back to the question. So first one, 25, and what about the second one? Let's see who can get it. Ida, you should know it. Golden boy. Poetic. Okay. All right, let me clear it up. So you guys are thinking the first one is 25. No, we're talking about this. So the -5 square is -25. Okay, now The second one is -5 parentheses square is just 25. Okay, so the two differences you have to see. The first one is -25 and the second one is +25. So the parentheses matters a lot. So when you have parentheses, that's when it becomes positive. If the parenthesis is not there, it's not going to be positive, it's going to stay negative. Okay, so the negative, let's try one more very simple before we go. So -4 square is actually a -16. You didn't know that. Learn this, okay? Now, guys, just pay attention, ignore it. Now 4 square is +16, okay? So -4 square is -16 and +4 square is just 16, okay? So now that's the difference. Now I'm gonna end the class here, but before that, I'm gonna give you some more questions to work on so you guys can handle it. You can practice more at home. So let's see here. Question 72. Now 73 and then 74. Then I have here 75, 77. Yeah, genius, what's your question? Yes, but look at the difference. -4, right, times -4 is 16. But be careful about this. When you have -4 square, the power 2 only sees 4. It doesn't see the negative. So when you put the parentheses, then it's a -4 times -4. If no parentheses, then it's like this. -4 times 4. That's why parentheses is very important. Without that, it'll be wrong. All right, now I'm gonna put some more questions here so you guys can practice later. Yeah. Okay. 78. There's some good questions. 79, 80. You can later, when I stop the videos, you guys can practice the questions. You can go back and forth. I showed some questions on that. Well, yeah. So I'm just gonna stop here today. This was the first one. So I'm gonna try to bring more live lessons, especially English. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna announce it quickly, maybe by tomorrow or something. Next week I'm gonna hold one English, inshallah. Of course, I'm gonna try it too. Any questions, guys, before I leave? And you guys did a good job, legged in, and I'm gonna fix the chat thing next time. You can chat faster, inshallah. All right, so everything okay? All right, guys, thank you very much for joining the class. I'll see you guys again. Thank you. Have a good day. And you know my number. If anything, you can always talk to me. Bye-bye.